Our third option then for configuring the authentication on these services is at the same time quite a bit easier to use, but also not very useful for many circumstances. We've already talked about the three different built-in contexts that you can configure on a service, like a local service, local system, and network service. But Microsoft has added the abilities to add in what is called a virtual account also, that presents the service with the abilities to act like a regular user account, so it's not in one of those default built-in contexts, but also gives it the ability to have its password managed by the local system as well. You can think of these virtual accounts as managed local accounts. They're generally not, however, used for services that require access to the network, because the virtual accounts are probably not going to have the kind of network access that is required in order to perform those functions there on the network. But if for some reason you have a service that just isn't going to function with a local system, local service, or network service context, and it needs to have a defined username that's a local username, you can create what is called a virtual account by just simply configuring the logon as value here to be equal to the name of the service itself. So let's actually configure this for another of the services that we have here, perhaps this VMware Snapshot Provider service that we have also installed on this machine. If I right-click here and choose Properties, I can come down here to take a look at the service name, VMVSS. It is exactly this service name that we need to use here under the Logon tab when we configure what the account should be. So in here, we'd punch in nt service \VMVSS with a blank password and blank confirm password here to reconfigure this service to use this as its virtual account. Now again, this is a managed local account. The idea being that the local account password is going to get managed just like the computer accounts do in an automated sense. So you would use this in certain circumstances when you need to use a specific named account, but don't need to use one that would generally need access to the network. If I hit the OK button here, that will configure this with this virtual account, as you can see right here.